let me show you how I made this absolutely delicious Cacio Pepe Flatbread. It was so thin, crispy, delicious, chewy, peppery. It was sensational. I had something similar at a restaurant not too long ago and I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I wanted to make it and share it with you. Now, I do have a full recipe on my flatbread dough and flatbread in general on my website, so I will link that recipe down below. But it's just flour, sugar, water, yeast, a little olive oil, salt, the usual. And once it comes together, you're going to just let this rise for about an hour to 2 hours. Now, it's not going to be as fluffy as like regular pizza dough because there is a bit of a difference in the two. Flatbread is a lot thinner, crispier, more chewy, so it doesn't get quite the same rise. Once ready, you're going to dump that onto a lightly floured surface. Now, this makes 2 flatbreads, so keep that in mind. If you want to make just one, you might want to just cut the recipe in half. And I have my oven preheating at this point to 550 with a baking steel in the oven. You want to make sure that it's preheated really well for a solid half an hour or so that it's really hot and ready for you. But if you don't have a baking steel, you can just make this in a baking sheet and it's just fine. Now, I went ahead and rolled this out. Now, the cool thing I think about flatbread is that it doesn't look like pizza. It's much more like free form. And you do want to use a rolling pin because you don't really want to border for this. You want it all to be about the same thickness. And you're going to roll this out until it's really nice and thin, but obviously not see-through because you don't want to like pierce it or tear it or anything like that. And because I'm baking mine on a baking steel, I just transfer this to a pizza peel, make sure that it's not stuck on there, and then pop this onto my baking steel for about 4 minutes or until it's partially cooked like this. It's partially cooked because I'm going to go ahead and brush it with some olive oil. And if I were to do this from the very beginning, because I'm adding some sesame seeds around the edges and Italian seasoning, they would burn by the time that the flatbread would be perfectly crispy the way I like it. So once it's about halfway cooked, I take it out, put a little olive oil, sesame seeds around the edges, and some Italian seasoning all around or all on top of the flatbread. And then I pop this back in for another 3 to 4 minutes or until it's really crispy, golden brown, and looks like that. How gorgeous. Then I went ahead and just topped it with a ton of Parmigiano Reggiano. Traditionally, Cacio Pepe, you'd use pecorino, but I don't have any on hand. It's not something that I keep in the fridge. So I just use Parm. So much black pepper, and the heat from the flatbread like warms up the cheese and it warms up the black pepper, and it is sensational. It's crispy, it's chewy, it goes perfect with a drink, and it's like the perfect thing to add to the table to like munch on. It's sensational. You guys know I add these videos because I'm cooking all day long and I want to share it with you, and I hope that it inspires you to just cook a bit more. I hope you enjoy. Bye-bye.